Hello, everyone. Today I am going to be interviewing the wonderful author Viji Swaminathan, who is the author of the book Sunrise Storyteller. We'll be getting in conversation with her to understand her book, the process behind her book, and how this book came to life. Before I begin with the interview as such, I would like to introduce the book and the author briefly. So, Sunrise Storyteller, walking into the light one mindful morning at a time. What if the quietest moments of the day held the loudest truths? Every morning, the author steps into the dawn, not just to walk, but to listen, observe, and reflect. From these simple rituals emerge powerful insights on presence, purpose, and the poetry of ordinary life. In Sunrise Storyteller, each chapter is a gentle meditation shaped by nature, photography, and personal growth. From walking with intention to seeing in every day, these reflections invite you to slow down, notice more, and walk your path with greater mindfulness. This isn't a memoir or a manual, it's a sunrise unfolding one chapter at a time, lighting you towards a more intentional life. About Viji Swaminathan, he is a sunrise runner, mindful walker, mobile photographer, and quiet observer of life's simple things. Based in Chennai, she begins each day along the shoreline, phone in hand, to the morning unfolding. What as a personal practice has grown into a daily ritual of reflection, capturing not just skies and seas, but the shifting moods, moments, and meanings of everyday life. Philosophy is grounded with showing up, staying curious, and sharing what matters, which perhaps brought this book to life, Sunrise Storyteller. So, my first
Yeah.
question is the book invites the reader to listen, observe, and reflect through quiet morning rituals. What made you choose a morning hour as a creative and contemplating canvas?
Okay. So I've always been a morning person, and not necessarily that I was into exercise like walks or anything, but slowly my life did transform about say about 11, 15 or 16 years back when I took to running. So I used to always enjoy the mornings, and those are the times when everything is very quiet. The noise around is very silent. And after stopping my running, so now I don't run marathons or anything. I slowly started going into walks. So when I started walking in the morning, that's the time I reflect the most. So I felt that a morning would suit much better, and I'm not a late night person at all. So the whole thing is about morning, and I am a morning person. So I would like to put that as that way. Yeah.
Which is why the book is called Sunrise Storyteller, I believe.
Um, so I'm very passionate about photography, and when I used to run, also I used to take my mobile. So I'm a mobile photographer. I'm not a DSLR person. So I used to always carry my phone with me, and after the runs, we used to click snaps. And if the sunrise I see, I stop and I click. So um, a lot of my photos started featuring sunrise. And I always believe that every sunrise is very different, how you take it and what is there in your mind. And most of my pictures are taken in the morning, and all my stories are, from the sunrise. So something that I do in the morning, early morning. So I felt, since I'm telling a story and it's during sunrise, it just came out as Sunrise Storyteller. That's all.
When I was reading out the blog, there was this mention of nature, photography, and personal growth. These three are very different, and yet you weave these together in your writing. How do you manage to do that?
So nature is merely a metaphor. So it's what you see, and if you can reflect on it and talk about it, it somehow everything in nature actually personifies whatever we see in life too. Photography is a way in which I can project myself, my thoughts, the way I click into, to show it to people what I'm seeing through my eyes. So what I see through my eyes, even if you click the same sunrise, it might be a bit very different. And nature, along with photography or through photography, taught me a lot of things, and it has helped me in my personal growth. In fact, it has made me realize a lot of things uh, through that. So, That's why it's nature photography. And yes, personal growth is always there because that's how it reflects to me. Yeah.
You are a morning person, and I assume you enjoy the sounds of nature, the silences of nature that comes with the sunrise, right? What role does silence or the absence of noise play in your creative and spiritual process?
Right. So the first thing is I wake up when no one else is awake at home. So that itself is silence. And I need a minimum of an hour to myself. So that silence is something that I need to calm myself down. And then I prepare myself for the walk. So even preparation for the walk, for the run is a ritual for me. I follow it. If I wake up late, then I normally don't go or I do some workout at home. So it's a ritual, and that silence actually calms me down. So even on a busiest day, I somehow try to squeeze in a small walk, even if it's just for about 20 minutes, and I come back. So it actually calms yourself down. Now, this silence is more of my mind. It is not to do with what I'm hearing or listening to. I normally have my earplugs on. There is some sort of music which is very divine, which keeps going, but the volume is kept very low. But when I am at the seashore or somewhere where I can hear the birds chirping or the waves, coming in, uh, the water coming up in waves, I do switch off my music and I just sit and listen to that. If people can do that at least 3 times a week, then you will find a bit of change because to me, the world as such is very chaotic. There are too many things happening. Everything is very fast. Today, we want everything very fast. We have Zepto, we have Blinkit, we have this, that, everything. So you just think about it and it comes. There's no one who wants anything to be slowed down. This morning ritual or this silence actually slows me down and it calms me down. And most of the time, the plan for the day is done when I'm walking. When I go for my walk, almost the whole day is planned. Number one. Number two is whatever I've forgotten to incorporate in my list that I need to do, everything is done. So that silence actually gives me a lot of space. And I normally don't walk with anyone. I walk alone. On a few days, I walk with my group, but normally I'm alone, and I'm happy with that.
Right, makes sense. And it's inspired by a lot of things, a lot of background. Why this morning walks perhaps have the silences have induced the feeling of writing a book. Right now, my next question is somehow regarding this. How did your morning walks, these silences, evolve into the book gradually? How did you crystallize this idea of writing?
Okay, first thing I need to tell you is that I'm not an author, I'm not a writer by nature. I'm not a person who sits and writes everything. No. I'm a person who clicks snaps and I used to caption it when I post it. So every post of mine will have a caption. And most of the captions are very reflective, or they'll have gratitude, or they will have something. So those captions started reflecting actually what I go through in that day. So maybe when I go back to what I did a year back, it will be completely different, the tone. So then this is something that I've understood about myself. So I feel that it's my thoughts that went into the caption. And I have a very good friend of mine. His name is Ranish. We both work together. I do run a business consulting company too. I'm the founder director of a furniture company, but I also run a consulting company. And this good friend of mine works along with me, and we've been together for it's going to be 10 years next year. So obviously, when you discuss and a lot of your personal stories or however you come up, right, in life, the challenges that you faced, he used to always tell me, please write a book. It will inspire a lot of people. So I said, okay. And I think he got me a book and a pen some 8 years back. And every time during Vijayadashmi, he used to ask me, have you started writing? Have you started writing? I said, yeah, I've written one page, this, that. But I was never happy with it. And second is, I don't want people to hear my story. Everyone's story is with struggles, everyone's stories comes with learnings, and everyone has gone through everything. So why should a person actually read my story? And no one can become me, I can't become them. So I firmly believe in it. Everyone is handling their own story. So something struck upon me in the beginning of this year. So I have not written this book long time ago or not. I just started writing it in April, May. So I said, hey, let me, every caption is something. Can I make about 15, 16 chapters along with these captions? And since I'm not a avid reader of books and all that, I said I feel that the book, the chapters should be short. It should have a photo to go with it. So that's how the book came. So I mean, it's not that I wrote the book because I wanted someone to read it, but this is how the book came. So it's evolved a lot. The book. It was initially supposed to be a coffee table book with just the snaps that I clicked along with the quotes. But then I said it makes no sense. No one has the time to just keep looking at a coffee table book, and it's also quite expensive. So I said, let me write something. So it's evolved from that to this. Yes.
Despite the fact that you're not an author, uh, I mean, traditionally, but you do hope something that people who are reading this book will take away. What is it?
So one, the thing that people need to take away is don't lose a passion that you have. I know everyone is running behind either a job or a post or their dreams or something, but they forget the very basic things like when you were a kid, you did have a passion. And the passion can be the smallest thing like painting, coloring. It can be it can be just going and watching the sun, going to the beach, can be anything. Your passion can be anything. I follow all my passions. I still have a terrace garden because I love bringing to life things. I get my vegetables from there. I love cooking, so I've not given it up. So I love painting, dancing, singing, everything. So everything is done in moderation. So all I feel that people should take back from here is life is chaotic as such. Please find your own space so that you can do something and you can calm yourself down. That's something I feel people should take in, and it requires a lot of consistency because it's only consistency that has brought me away.
These were the questions that I really wanted to ask around your book. One question led to the other, and it was a wonderful conversation with you, Viji. Thank you for taking this time out and talking to me and about your book in such a detailed way. I am more than just grateful.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, much.
Thank you.